Some people make their fortune off of oil, some off of a radical invention or a startup company. However, there are a lucky few people out there who've made billions off of their looks. Sometimes it all comes down to cheekbones that can cut glass, a figure that can turn heads, and eyes that could kill someone or sell a product with a look. The world of modeling is one that is both lusted after and loathed over for several reasons. However, whether you think models should be earning millions or not, I can tell you that they certainly are. I've personally had the pleasure of meeting beautiful models all across the world that have a financial status that rivals even mine. Today, we're going to take a look at the 5 highest paid female models. Number 5. Cara Delevingne. The first woman on our list is someone you're sure to recognize by her eyebrows alone. Cara Delevingne is perhaps one of the most instantly recognizable women on my list, and that makes sense, considering she earns a staggering $10.5 million a year just off modeling alone. Cara began her career at the young age of 10, following in the footsteps of her older sister, Poppy. In 2009, at the age of 17, she was signed to Storm Management. However, it wouldn't be until several years later, when she was spotted working as a secretary, that she would get her first real paying modeling gig. By 2011, she was strutting her stuff on catwalks across the world. She walked in London, Paris, and Milan Fashion Week for brands like Dolce & Gabbana, Oscar de la Renta, Fendi, and Burberry. The clothes she wore over the course of these shows were worth more than the average person makes in a year. I mean, this dress alone was worth over $2,000. In the 2014 season, she walked in 50 different shows. As she gained popularity on the runway, brands started to look her direction. Her unique look made her an ideal brand ambassador. Soon, she was surrounded by endorsements. She became the face of Burberry, YSL Beauty, Alexander Wang, Pepe Jeans, and Tag Heuer. Needless to say, she was making the big bucks. So, what has she gone on to do with all her money? Mainly, she's bought a house, and it isn't your average run-of-the-mill digs. Her and her sister purchased the home for $2.5 million. Prior to the purchase, the home belonged to Jared Leto. The house went through intense renovations to be transformed into a tropical oasis. However, there is one room that sticks out above the rest, and that would be Cara's. The room was created to resemble a bachelor pad and is covered in velvet curtains, zany patterns, and even has an 11-foot bed. Naturally, there's a hidden room tucked behind her bedroom with a stripper pole, a large couch, and velvet paintings of nude women. Number 4. Rosie HuntingtonWhiteley. She's appeared in everything from Transformers movies to Victoria's Secret ads, and she's made quite an impressive living doing so. Rosie HuntingtonWhiteley comes in next on our list with $11.5 million. Rosie found her way to the modeling world in 2004 when she appeared on the cover of Teen Vogue and in an Abercrombie & Fitch advertisement, which was quite a big deal. I mean, this was 2004, after all. She went on to sign for Victoria's Secret, where she became a prominent lingerie model. She quickly was on runways for Prada and became the face of campaigns for Monsoon, Burberry, Dolce & Gabbana, Versace, Full Circle, and Victoria's Secret Online. She then starred in Transformers: Dark Side of the Moon, where she was met with less than ideal reviews for her performance. It wasn't until her appearance in Mad Max Fury Road that she would receive praise for her acting. Rosie and Cara had the same idea regarding where they'd invest their money. Rosie purchased an unbelievable $13 million home in Beverly Hills, because truly, that's where she wants to be. Sorry, I couldn't resist myself. The $13 million home has 5 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, 8 parking spaces, and a lavish pool area. Prior to this, her and her husband, one of my favorite actors, Jason Statham, owned a $20 million home in Malibu, so it's safe to say she has a thing for expensive zip codes. Number 3. Chrissy Teigen. You may think of her as a Twitter master, a chef, or even a game show host, but Chrissy Teigen actually got her start in modeling, and that's still where she makes a ton of her money, $11.6 million worth to be precise. Though Chrissy is super famous now, she has some fairly humble beginnings. She started modeling after she was discovered in Huntington Beach, working at a surf shop. She became an IGN babe in 2004, and her career flourished from there. hair, landing her campaigns with Nike, Skullcandy, Gap, UGG, Billabong, Olay, and Nine West. She even landed a spot in the coveted Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue in 2010, one of my personal favorites. After her rise to fame as a model and her marriage to John Legend, Chrissy became a game show host and an author, writing several best-selling books on cooking. Naturally, Chrissy has spent her money on a few of the finer things in life. Her and John have a mansion in Beverly Hills that they purchased for $14.1 million from Rihanna. But they didn't stop there. The couple also owns a historic home in New York. Number 2. Karlie Kloss. The runner-up for the highest-paid female model is Karlie Kloss, who owns a staggering $13 million. She began modeling at the age of 14 when she modeled for Abercrombie Kids. In 2008, she was signed to a modeling agency and walked in 31 runway shows for New York Fashion Week, another 20 in Milan, and 13 in Paris. Needless to say, she did a lot of changing and a lot of walking, and her walk is anything but normal. Karlie's known for having what's been described as a moody walk, and by the looks of it, I certainly wouldn't want to cross her. She has a prolific career appearing in ads, from Victoria's Secret and Adidas to more refined companies like Dolce & Gabbana and Gucci. She's appeared in more than 35 different companies' ad campaigns. It would be easy for Karlie to make all her money from modeling, but that's not the path she decided on. Karlie took a 2-year modeling hiatus to attend university, where she learned computer programming. She's partnered with several companies to start a scholarship called Coding with Klossy, which offers girls interested in STEM a chance to attend courses in coding and engineering. With her husband Joshua Kushner, Karlie owns a home in St. Louis, New York, and Los Angeles. Number 1. Kendall Jenner. So, we've finally reached the highest-paid female model in the world. Perhaps you have some people in mind, if you've been able to keep up, that is. That's right. The highest-paid model is none other than Kendall Jenner of the Kardashian clan. While some may think of her as just a socialite or television star, Kendall earned $22.5 million on modeling alone in the past year, and that's not something to scoff at. Kendall started modeling very young in traditional Kardashian fashion. In 2014, she skyrocketed to fame, walking in shows for Chanel, Vera Wang, Oscar de la Renta, Fendi, and dozens of other brands. She began to appear in ads for several companies and became the brand representative for Estée Lauder. However, her rise to the top of this list was incredibly sudden. Many attribute this to her use of Instagram to promote brands, and with 126 million followers, it makes sense that would be a huge incentive for brands to work with her. But how much does she make off a simple Instagram post? Well, for her post promoting the ill-fated Fire Festival, Kendall earned an unbelievable $120,000. Of course, Kendall is known to spend her money on lavish things. She purchased a $1.4 million condo in Los Angeles, along with an $8.5 million mansion in Beverly Hills. So, there you have it, the highest-paid female models in the world. Which one should I ask to dinner first? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe.